Emily, thank you. Time now 5:34. Your baby's formula may be contaminated if you're not careful. It all depends on how hot it gets when you're preparing it. Aisha's at the First Alert Safety Desk to explain. Good morning.
Good morning, Tammy. We've talked about recalls on baby formula brands, but this morning we're talking about how you're preparing the baby formula at home. A new study by UK scientists says many infant formula preparation devices that you buy don't make the water hot enough to kill harmful bacteria. Officials say powdered formula has ingredients that are vulnerable to pathogens and bacteria, so it's important the formula gets hot enough when you're making it for your baby. The World Health Organization says water used to make infant formula should be boiled and cooled to at least 70 degrees to kill that possible bacteria. So in this study, only 11 out of 74 preparation machines that they tested produced water that was hot enough. So a tip is to buy a food thermometer and test the temperature of the water from that machine. What can happen is foodborne illnesses like salmonella or chronobacter, which we talk a lot about, can send your baby to the hospital. Officials want to also remind you this morning to wash your hands and disinfect those surfaces before preparing your baby's formula. Coming up in the next half hour, parents, you should also know this morning about a recall on a popular candy. Officials are worried your child could choke. Oh.